Welcome from Australia. And I'm just lifting the screen up so you can see me. So hi everyone. It's a pretty day, a little bit overcast. And welcome everyone. Well, what's happening in your worlds? How did everyone? Sorry, I'm just having a computer thing going on. Let me just click on that. Yeah, so something weird happened with my computer. But I think we're back on track. There we go. So hi from Italy. And what's your name? Because all I get is sundown, and you look very blue. So blue is my favorite color. So that's a wonderful thing. That I encourage everyone who comes on the show to share their name and their picture, which provides some information for me. Thank you, Laura. Welcome to the show, all the way from Italy. What part of Italy are you living in? Are you from? I've actually been to Italy, and yesterday I was talking to someone from Sicily. Actually, I've been going to boxing class every week, and it's really been it's quite a stimulating class for the brain. It's lots of movements and feel like a very good brain exercise. But I partnered up with a lady from Sicily. From Sicily. So that's beautiful, Laura. So welcome everyone to the show. Are you from Naples? Oh, that's beautiful. I've never been to Naples, and I love the food. And Australia has a lot of Italian food over here, so we always thinking of Italy, and influenced by Italy. And where I live, there's a lot of Italian farmers, and so at the market there's a couple of Italian producers. The one I go to every week, he's Italian, so definitely this Italian influence. And I guess you have it in America too. Have a lot of Italian food. And Laura, I love the Taormina Theatre in Sicily, very atmospheric. Best location for concerts. That's amazing. What kind of concerts do they have there? I'm curious to find out. I've probably seen it and just not known about it. Seen concerts, or I wouldn't have seen the concert, but I would have seen a clip or something and not known about it. But so much history. What a wonderful part of the world. I find it fascinating. Where you perched in the Mediterranean, and just all the beautiful architecture and ancient history, volcanoes, and all the history of wars and conquests, and all sorts of fascinating things. I love the theater, best location for concerts. Yeah, I already said that. So welcome to the show. New people, old people. We always talk about concepts and philosophy and do readings. The readings are always aligning to the highest path to create a better choices for ourselves, better decisions, to align us more to our destiny, our highest possible timeline. So we have this choice, we have this decision, we have this ability as human beings to navigate the world with choices, with decisions. So that's what makes us unique. At any given moment, we can turn left, turn right, even surprise ourselves. We don't even know what we're going to do. There's unpredictability in this human creation, this hybrid being that we are. And so recognizing that, nurturing that, exploring that, it gives us, it can be fun, it gives us freedom, and always knowing that you have resources and you can build resources and clear any any underlying fears that you may have. And Kim, welcome back. We have a favorite Kim on the show, and Kim's a regular. So I love your picture, Kim. So welcome. We have a lady from Sicily named Laura. So that's exciting, Kim, and hope you are enjoying your Tuesday, having a beautiful day. I'm just going to lift it up a little bit. I didn't sleep so well. I was a bit restless during the night, so I don't know what's going on here. But it is a new day, and I've made some progress on my painting. I was doing some painting yesterday, so I felt like there was progress. Oh, I know what else happened is one of the football managers was dismissed, was fired, was laid off, and everyone was talking about it yesterday, so that was interesting. He was struggling for a long time. Big football club in Manchester, England, called Manchester United. I'm sure some of you have heard of Manchester United. So the football manager got dismissed, and it's one of the only sports where people get dismissed and then they get these like $10 million payouts or $20 million payouts, and you're like, well, you can dismiss me and give me $10 million any day. I would be like, please dismiss me. And there was one manager, I think he really wanted to be fired. He really wanted it because he wanted the $10 million payout. It's like, please, I don't want to work anymore. Give me the $10 million. And it is extraordinary how much money is involved with some of these sports, in some of these sports, and these athletes who, some of the transfer fees are buying the player for a contract. Like the one was like 80 million pounds, which is I think $120 million. And he left on a free transfer after 4 or 5 years. So they didn't get any money back for him. They didn't sell him. He left free, and he was originally their player. Believe it or not. So he was their player, and they bought him back. They sold him for like $2 million or something, and then they bought him back for $120 million. It was absolutely ridiculous. And the salaries are something like you just don't understand. You're like, how does one person get $500,000 per week? And you're like, oh, so they're just going and exercising and training and going and practicing, and they're getting £500,000 per week. It's all very strange, and it is interesting how culture has glorified athletes and put them on some kind of crazy pedestal, and somehow it's become one big business. It's an interesting concept. So Stu is in Florida, and I missed you last week, Stu. So welcome back, Stu. What's going on in your world? How's Florida going? And do we have any questions? Laura, are you still there? You went kind of quiet. So if you do have requests, let me know. I'm on weekly, so every week I come online and offer readings and spiritual insights. So this morning I'm feeling maybe not so connected to that, maybe because of all the painting. But I would remind you, I was talking about choice, aligning with who you are, authenticity. And if you have feelings, we get this kind of, I feel like guilt, or the questioning ourselves when we're not aligned, when something's not aligned to us. So, follow that trajectory, follow that sign if you're getting that feeling. I had a strange incident this morning with hot water. I was throwing the hot water in the sink, but I managed to throw hot water on my tummy, on my stomach. So it's a little bit red at the moment, but it's not too serious. But I think it was just somehow it got misaligned. We're talking about alignment because it was a it's an awkward teapot. So the teapots can get a bit awkward. They can spill over. You kind of go like that, and then it spilled over into, and it just spilled over onto my stomach. But it's it doesn't seem too serious, but just a bit of a redness from the heat. And welcome to Nia. Nia, you're an island, right? I think you're an island. So we're very international. We've got Italians, Americans, Irish. So Kim, I did put a little bit of a cold pack. I did do that, but then I had to come on to do the class. So it happened right before the class. So I did actually put a cold pack on it for a minute or whatever, but maybe I'll do a bit afterwards. And so Nia is in Canada. Wow. Ontario. So how is the week? How's your consciousness? How do you feel about the world? If there are any comments you would like to make, feel free to share. We talk a bit about free choice, autonomy. I always talk about these ideas, recognizing who we are, recognizing our consciousness, how we are these conscious creators, how we can map out our lives. We do have this conscious volition, the choice to make things better, and things can really shift very quickly. We can make new decisions. There are new decision points, timelines. And there is an idea of collective destiny, that we're all going in a certain direction as humanity. But I believe this is always, there's always an unpredictable element to most things, and we can always change things. So with our consciousness, we can change the storms. So the weather patterns can shift. So I feel like with our chaotic mental patterns, we're manifesting chaotic weather patterns. So there's a connection. We're connected to each other, to the consciousness of each other, as well as the consciousness of nature. We're quite powerful as human beings. We often don't realize that we're quite powerful, which as in we can destroy the planet and we can create. I would say we're not maybe at the point of creating new planets, but we can visit other planets. We have the technology, so we have incredible powers. So always realize that you do have power, even and it doesn't have to be some grandiose scheme like building a new planet or visiting a planet. It just planting a seed is the most wonderful thing. I love to be in the garden. I love to be amongst plants, and so that's a wonderful sacred energy, a sacred thing called life. And it's not, I'm not visiting planets, but that's beautiful, and that's what we're here to do, to share in this experience. So Diane, welcome from Connecticut. That's great to see Connecticut. I'm just going to look at on a map, because I'm not even sure where that is. I'm sorry. I know where California is, but I've been to California. So Connecticut is New Haven, Connecticut. It's southernmost states and on the eastern side. So southernmost, okay. So you're down from New York. You're down from New York, and you've got some great schools, apparently, some great universities. So Diane, so we'll have a look. What specifically though? Because we've talked to you before, so anything specific? I'm a bit stressed this week. One day before we elected me, very worrisome. Yeah, the energy in America seems, divided, and seems quite high octane, quite intense. People throwing out a lot of very untrue things, and very very extreme. That's quite a bit disturbing. There's something I saw on the news here in Australia. So, really, bring the consciousness into love and into higher consciousness. So I got disturbed from the media, from seeing something on the media, and it was because I have a roommate, so it wasn't something I didn't put on that channel, but that's how powerful it is that I got really disturbed because he had that playing. So it's very disturbing, particularly for sensitive people, Stu. So I would really recommend switching it off, disconnecting from it. You don't need that kind of energy. And when you put on high vibration music, chanting, I like, the monastic chanting. I can send you some, Stu. It really puts you in a happy, peaceful place. So Diane, only 20 miles from New York. Oh, so that's really close. I can't believe that. That's so close, Diane. And Nia says, I'm stressed about school. Let's have a look. And Diane, hoping to hear about new job opportunities. Okay, so keep aligning and moving forward, and be kind on yourself. I saw there was somewhere I used to work many years ago, and I had a short-term contract, and I wanted to work there. It's kind of like this dream place, and for me, some of these places, they're a bit more fantasy. They're like, oh, I just want to work here, live here, be here. And it was a short-term gig for me, a short-term contract. And now it's been, it's been 15 years or something that have gone by. And I saw a job advertised. I never see jobs advertised from this place. And I was like, oh my goodness, I'm applying. And then I did it quite quickly. And then I was looking over my application, and I realized I sent a resume that was like pages and pages of rough notes. And because I was so excited, I did it in a rush. I didn't realize that I had all these pages of rough notes. And I was kind of a bit embarrassed, and I was like, I'm just not really aligned to this. It's something from 15 years ago, and now I'm in a different state. So it's no good being hard on myself. I must just be kind to myself and just laugh about it. So Carlos, welcome to the show, and great to see you, and thank you for sharing. I really appreciate it. Kathleen says hi and welcome, Kathleen. Remind me where you are in the world, Kathleen, and you're coming in from Facebook. And Carlos, I wish you a beautiful, wonderful day. Let me know how you are. We were going to pick a card for Nia in Ontario and Southern Ontario. So that must be near New York. We're just talking about Connecticut. So Nia, you must be near New York, I imagine. But I'm just blown away about Connecticut. You said you're 20 miles from New York. It's extraordinary. So close. All right. So Kathleen's in the US on the East Coast. We're talking about the energies and the Benedictine monks, for instance. You're on Rhode Island, beautiful. And the divisive energy, really on both sides is this state of agitation and really fire. It's a lot of fire, and we need to break through and keep pushing through. Sometimes there's a surprise at the other side of conflict. There's a positive surprise. There's a breakthrough. Sometimes we really can break down to break through. And I feel like the collective energy is really shifting, changing, breaking through. And that's why it feels uncomfortable. It's almost, sometimes I watch a seed and it's like seems to be still partly in the pod, and it's kind of partly emerging and struggling to break free of the pod and expand out as a little seedling. And there's this energy of new life that is struggling to come out through all this political division, the lies and the deception. It's hard to believe what's true. For most fair-minded people, come into the center, come into peace, come into love, put out the energy for the highest good of all people, and try to have fun as well, and don't take life too seriously. Don't take politics too seriously. Don't engage too much with politics. It's not a good energy. I have, we just had an election here, and I've tried, even I saw on the news, and it's just watching a bit on the channels. It's really a kind of wasted energy. I feel like, that didn't feel good. But follow what feels good. The important things. You'll be aware of the important things. You don't have to shut down all information about the world, but we don't need to know everything. And we don't need to, persist with all this the news cycle, which is addictive, and it's created to keep you glued to your TV set. Go outside, go for walks, live your life, focus on your passions and things that you want to learn, that you're interested. That's really productive and important to build your own life. Don't lose your energy. And it is about power and energy and loss of power and energy control. These forces are trying to control you, manipulate you, steal your energy, steal your consciousness. Remember your power, your own consciousness, which is sacred to you and unique to you and special to you. I'm in Troy, New York, which is northeastern New York by the border of Massachusetts. So we have a lot of folks in this region on the show, so really exciting. And welcome, Betsy. It's lovely to have you on. I feel a good energy around you, a nurturing energy. I have a dog at the door. She wants to come in. She's a great ambassador. She's a lovely animal. So anyways, a lot of energy around this part of the world, around New York. So really interesting happening. And Betsy, I feel good energy around you. I feel I see this lovely living room kitchen, and I feel like you are you're like this wonderful hostess. You're able to nurture the foods and caress the foods, and it's like I feel like this vibrant energy around you in the living spaces. And we're talking a bit about living life, about enjoying all the opportunities we have, just the simple things of life, watering a plant, nurturing a plant, just making dinner. I think it's a wonderful to be able to put different ingredients together, cook in the kitchen. I really enjoy it. Kayla, so welcome, Kayla. That's an interesting name. It sounds kind of German. So welcome, Kayla. Where are you in the world? What's happening for you? I have a question. How do I forgive someone that was abusive to me? I want to get rid of all of his energy, and I believe that that's the last thing to completely get rid of it. So I'm sorry to hear that, Kathleen, and I am very familiar with this topic. I was going to say unfortunately, and then I thought, well, that brings a negative context, saying, well, why did this happen to me? We sound like it's kind of like a victim mentality, and I don't believe that's what we're here to be as human beings on the earth. We're here to be leaders, to be pioneers, to be not to be victims, to express our energy even if it's in a neutral way, to rise above, the other entities on Earth, which all have their purpose. Everyone's doing their purpose, but our purpose is to be creators. That's what we are. We're creator beings. We build gardens. We build houses. We build things. We innovate. We build roads. We are these innovative species that can create anything, and most of all, we can influence and create our consciousness, what we focus on. So one of the things for me is the yearning, the hope that something will change. So, and I feel like really that's the deepest level of my consciousness, is this waiting. This person's going to change and they're going to love me. And when I could accept that that's not the path that person's on, they're too much stuck in their own ego, perhaps, then it kind of liberates me to just make peace with that person, with forgiveness. And even though I experienced abuse, particularly with family members, and I've had that pattern of attracting that into my life, I know that it's not, it's an energetic pattern. I know that it's an energetic pattern, and that's my pattern to look at. It's my pattern to heal. So for self-forgiveness is really important. So you could forgive other people, but also forgive yourself and realize that there's a pattern that you manifested. That pattern, perhaps it was, for me, it was as a baby even, it certainly wasn't a conscious choice. But now I'm an adult, it's up to me to get rid of that pattern, create a new healthy pattern, and align myself in a higher way, find a higher perspective. So there's many levels to abuse. They can be activational as well. They can propel one forward. For instance, a lot of people, they move countries, they move, go live in different states because of an abuse, because of a difficult situation. So they can be like fuel. They can propel us forward. So it's not necessarily this paradigm of something negative, positive, which we often have a duality of good, bad, and it's often so much more complex, patterns within patterns, and it's helpful to get out of that state of good versus bad and just to see it as a pattern and remove that pattern, shift your paradigm, shift your perspective, and practice a state of grace and forgiveness, which comes from the heart, which comes from love. And love is the way through it, love is the way out of it, love is the way forward. So I want to get rid of all of his energy. I believe that's the last thing, to completely get rid of it. So forgiveness is for you, Kathleen. It's not for that person. So ultimately, forgive you, forgive yourself. That's the ultimate journey, and it comes from grace. It comes from prayer. It comes from your heart. So that's we can talk a bit more, Kathleen, but ultimately it comes from the heart, and you can practice prayer, meditation. I find it helps just to do a 7-day practice. Whatever works for you. I find it's helpful to also journal if there is any lasting embers that you're holding on to, lasting pain and suffering. Journal it, and then if you can, burn or put that writing into the fire. That helps energetically release it, because especially when you express when you have a lot of anger, and you can write that out and then burn it. That's a powerful practice, Kathleen, because often we do have this hurt and anger that's can be quite unresolved and quite suppressed as well. We don't necessarily realize that it's there, because we're good people, we're nice people, So we don't realize that that's there, but that's natural. We are human beings. So we can talk a bit more, Kathleen. I do believe in prayer and in letting go from the heart and in inviting grace into our lives, inviting a higher state of consciousness. And when you can come to realize that that was part of your purpose, your path, and now your purpose is to forgive. So this is your journey. So it really brings the focus and power back to you and to the love that you have, that you want to express for the world. So always know that, the thing I always like to say, which breakdown to breakthrough. So there's breakthroughs in inherent and innate to the setbacks, to the breakdown. So there is something that can propel us forward, like a fire. So thank you, Kathleen. Stu, great, says great advice. Getsy says thank you. Kayla is in Pennsylvania. How wonderful, Pennsylvania. Wow. I want to visit you guys. I keep seeing these eastern states in my mind. Nia, so Nia, I'm going to come to you. Let me know if you're still there. I just got busy with something else. And welcome to AK. Happy to see you here. Jane Johnson, hello. This is fun to be here right now. And that's what it's all about, is the fun. We're here to have fun, not to take life too seriously, whatever it is. It's not so serious. So Ray is 333. Good day. Welcome from Arizona. Wonderful. The desert of Arizona. Interesting part of the world. I think you're near New Mexico. And lots of energy in Arizona. Lots of power. And Sagil, is the owner going to return for a dog in my yard? Oh, so you've got a dog. Okay, we'll have a look at that. We'll get to that. It's hard for me to forgive because it was physically and mental and verbal abuse. And I totally understand, Kathleen. I have experienced the same. And it's very energetic. It's very physical. So also getting in your body is helpful. I have the qigong release, which I learned from a master in WA. He's older gentleman, and every time we had our qigong practice, we did these releases, and he always said we carry emotion, we carry energy, and it's important we let it go. So you can look online at various qigong practices. That emotional release is going to help you, but physically being in your body. So qigong, we used to raise our arms up and release with a gasp, with a sound, with a breath, like a ha. So just do that for a while. That will really help. Or push out energy. Find a quiet place where you can release the energy, just spontaneous, just intuitively, what feels right with your hands, with your body. So actually embodying it is helpful, Kathleen. Rebuilding your boundaries, your sense of physical presence is really helpful with whenever there's abuse, because it affects us physically and energetically. So we can rebuild our physical health, our physical sense of being embodied. So I was talking about doing boxing yesterday. That was really helpful for me to regain my physical confidence and competence. There's a competency in using our body. I would journal and burn it, and that's a powerful thing. And I'm sorry you blamed yourself, because it's not your fault. It's not your fault at all. And it doesn't mean it's not our responsibility, but it's not our fault. It's not us that's doing the abusing, but it's our responsibility to work with it. That's our task. That's that's what we put here to do, to work with that energy now. So moving forward, Kathleen, and don't blame yourself at all. It really, it's just not helpful, because you're human and it's not your fault. You weren't the abuser. So Betsy, I'm feeling stuck in trying to get my trauma recovery coaching business off the ground. So Betsy and Kathleen were aligned with a similar topic. I don't seem to have good marketing skills. I can relate to that, Betsy. Got laid off over the summer, so finances feel tight now. I'm really good at what I do. So do you have any ideas on where I'm going to get this going? I tried an in-person group last night without success, and social media is exhausting. I've come a long way in my healing, my own healing, but the financial stress is starting to get to me. I was so excited about my own business. It's been so beautiful here this fall with brilliant foliage that has stayed on the trees due to lack of rainfall. Would be a great time to visit. Yeah, I would love to visit, Betsy. So that's a big topic, Betsy, and remember that you do have a soul path, and we can pick a card for you. Also, feel free to message me on Facebook. We can talk about that a bit more. This is part of your path, and the challenges you feel are often because the nature of who you are is not in vibrational alignment to, for instance, a business person. So you're struggling in the category of expertise that that's not your alignment, because you are really aligned to recovery. You're not aligned to business. So it's shifting that alignment and bringing you closer to the energetic match. And sometimes we need to break free out of being overly committed to one thing and explore other avenues. Find a part-time job that will take the stress off you, but also give you time to keep working on your practice. Kathleen, thank you for your advice, and thank you, Kathleen. We'd love to know about your readings. Okay, thanks. So I am going to start to catch up a little bit with Nia, which said she was stressed about school. So we're gonna pick a card for you, Nia. And let's have a look what's happening for Nia. So just aligning the energy. And I'm picking from the Starseed Oracle. And this is quite a deep spiritual card. I'm just looking into this now, Nia, for you. And it's kind of like, what time of the year are we now? Yeah, so this is kind of saying there's a sort of void opening up for you now. And I feel like this is really a message about coming into winter. So this energy is saying the winter is coming for you, and it's not a bad thing. It just is. We do have seasons, so it doesn't have to be. I think I talk about non-duality and being separate and separate yourself from good and bad. It's not good versus bad. See above that, rise above that, and see this as a winter. And see this as this card says, it's almost like it goes very deep, because there's this great cosmic womb. There's this openness, which means that there's all sorts of fertility that's beyond the seen. So this is a very spiritual card, inviting surrender, inviting mystery, inviting faith. So that's what's coming to me clearly, mystery, surrender, faith, and realizing that the greatest weavings happen when we surrender, when we trust that our life is being knitted for us, it's being galvanized, it's being curated by something much greater. So there's this unknown mystery And that's really compelling. That's really important. I'll pick another card from the Energy Oracle deck near. Just have a look. And maybe it will be a bit more practical. Let's have a look. Yeah, there's this difficult energy around you. That's all these cards are pointing that difficult energy. The other card is like overriding that, or it's just giving it a context of this open space, this large, infinite, limitless spaciousness. So that's beyond it all. But remember, there's a bit of a storm warning, there's a hostile energy, there's indecision. So this is coming through in your cards at the moment. It's lots of blocked energy, slow energy, difficult energy. So just take it easy on yourself, Nia. You've got this, as I was mentioning, winter. Spring follows winter, and spring is still to come. So just be in this space at the moment with your consciousness. Breathe into the limitlessness that is possible. I don't want to focus too much on the hurdles, but I feel like just keep working away, and know that sometimes that's life, we have challenges and we go through challenging situations. You're getting stronger. You're growing through this. I really feel you're growing through this. So good luck to you, Nia, and lots of love to you, Nia. And AK, can you help me explore the post-graduation role to pursue to align with my healing purpose, substance use, trauma, or medical, social work? And any particular geography that will be auspicious in support of my career. All right, so we'll get to AK. I think we were looking at Sago. And welcome, Sago. We haven't seen you for a while. Ray's in Arizona. Jane, how are you doing, Jane? What's happening? Kayla, you're gone quiet in Pennsylvania. Kathleen, I was also going to come to you if we had pick a card for you if there's time for that. And I think, and Betsy as well, we'll also pick a card for you if I have time. I'm just going to have a look at that. Sago is the owner. Going to return. Okay. All right, so we're just looking into this. All right, so this is saying information needs to go out. It's there's some deliberation happening, and there's some opportunity opening up in this experience. So that I'm seeing an opportunity open. I'm seeing abundance coming. So things are moving. But let's just see if we can get a specific answer for you. Is the owner going to return? Is the owner going to return? Okay, let's get some answers. Okay. All right, so things are moving in the background. There's a blocked energy around this. This is not clear what the outcome is. Spirit's not giving me an absolute answer. So there's possibility to move in different directions. Do you know the owner? It's also not clear from the question. So you know the owner, or you found the dog, and what's going on? Are you happy to keep the dog, or you want it? You don't want the dog. It's seems like there's some confusion here and some deceit, because I'm not clear in the cards what the motivation of that person was who left the dog. So a lot of unknowns. So we'll move on from this question. Welcome, Angela. First time here, so that's great to see you in Nevada, Las Vegas. Wonderful. All the way in Las Vegas. Lots of music there, lots of entertainment. So, by the way, I have two 14-year-old Pekingese dogs, and I spend a lot of time caring for those fur babies. That's beautiful. Very special. Very special, Betsy. So let's, I'm just going to go back and have a quick look at some other, pick a card. Kayla, I don't know if you're still there. Betsy. So Betsy, I will pick a card for this question and see if there is any insight that comes through for the coaching. It can be a challenging journey for many. So you're not alone, Betsy. Okay. So this is, oh, I've never seen that card before. Let's have a look at the other deck. Come back to that. So I'm just picking from the Energy Oracle cards, Betsy. And there is the Angel of Love. So that's a beautiful sign, the Angel of Love. And so you have lovely cards here. It does feel there's a change. It says there's a walking away. Angel of Love is surrounding you. There's a lovely man with a heart. So you have beautiful cards, Betsy. That's positive. I'm going to look at the Starseed Oracle deck and just give you a little bit of insight about what that means, because I've never seen that card before. So this card is it's saying there's a confrontation. It's part of the human experience to go through this these unconscious wounds, these energies and energy pens, and it's like a dance that we go through. So this is part of this card. It just means you've been through some challenges, difficult emotions, situations, conflicts, wounds, fears, pain, anxiety, but you're finding your way back home. You're finding your way back home. So this card is indicating that it's time to come out of your cave, to open yourself up to love in a new way, to new pens. So it's almost like you focus too much in one direction. Open up your heart to love, Betsy. So that's an interesting dimension. Very interesting card. I'm kind of curious about it. You're part of some challenging experiences. I encourage you, invite you to have a bit of fun, to soften a little bit with this whole question. Just soften, just little steps, have fun with it. I would say don't take it too seriously. So that's what I get for you, Betsy. And that seems what the cards are saying or communicating to me. And Danielle, welcome, Danielle. First time, yeah. So welcome to Danielle or Daniela. How do you say your name, Daniela? Warwick, Rhode Island, beautiful. Rhode Island. Betsy, thank you. That gives me a lot of hope. And yeah, keep going, Betsy. Keep going, and hoping you might have some insight about what's next for me. So I think AK was asking me, AK, are you still on? What were you asking me? Where were we? AK was asking me, can you help It's a very specific AK. Can you help me explore post-graduation? Substance. Okay. So where are you now, AK? All right, so we'll come back to Daniela. Danielle, let me know how you say your name as well. All right, so AK, what's your name, AK? Let's just have a look, because let's have a look. Okay, so all right, let's have a look here. April. So April's in Florida. Amazing. I've got a couple of friends in Florida. I've been to Florida myself. So let's have a look. April. April. Oh, I get the strategy card. So I feel like you're very strategic. You're really putting the energy forward, aiming things and moving things how you want them to be. But you're feeling a bit anxious. There's a bit of difficult energy around you. There's a bit of anxiety around you. Just keep looking, April. I feel the I am, and I'm trying to figure out how to create a career that supports this vision. Laugh out loud. All right, so we've got the thinking man. Okay, so life is not this little. It's not something we can just like create a piece of jewelry and then that's it. Life is a lived experience. We're living life every day. So sometimes our career, it goes through ebbs and flows, dips, divots. It's not always a singularity. It's not like we're one thing. So I feel like there's too much energy into one thing. You may do something for a while and then decide to change and move. You evolve, you experience a journey. So April, take it a bit easier on yourself. Don't put so much pressure and this idea of having some grand, important purpose. We're all important just for being. So being is what we're here to be. We're here to be. We're human beings, and that's enough. You are enough like that. There's no, I need to do this, I need to do that, I need to, what is my... So just let go of all these ideas and notions. There's too much. It's creating anxiety. Strategy is help building step by step, and realizing that being of service is being of service. There's not a right or wrong way to do it. There's not like it has to be this area, cannot be another area. It has to align with some whatever fancy idea you have. Just be of purpose, and that's it. Keep it simple. So simplify, April, and one step at a time, you'll find your way. When you take this tension out of it, you take the pressure off you. Take the defenselessness as well. I'm just going to look into that card. Let's have a look at that card. That's from another deck. So we're just having a look here. All right. So you're here to be part of the healing, part of the unity in Earth. You're here to unify people. Don't engage too much in this idea of right and wrong that I was talking about. More on the reality of unity, love, forgiveness, and bringing that energy into the world. So that's your purpose. You don't have to do something specific. It's a being. It's a being. Just being who you are, April. You are going to be bringing unity and you are here to heal the ancestral wounds, the collective wounds of the shadows, the hateful energy wounds, separation, severing, wrong, sadness. So you're here to do that, and it's all about a pathway, about being truly for all people in service. And you're part of the healing, you're part of shifting the collective energy, unwinding the pending that got us into this situation. So looking deeper, how did we get here? And so you're going to be devoting your time to causes that you believe in, to do healing work on the ancestral line, on your ancestral line, and on others. So that's ultimately your purpose. And remember that even if you just go out and breathe, that's beautiful and wonderful. April, go out and breathe. Let go of too much pressure, too many things. So thank you to April. Danielle would love a reading, so let's have a look. Oh, sorry, all the cards have flown around the room, so the spirits really want to talk to you, Daniela. The spirits, they want to say, what's going on? They're knocking on your door, they want to speak to you. So I'm just going to shuffle these cards for you, Daniela. I'm not sure how you say your name, Daniela. Let's have a look. And welcome to Mariana. That's lovely to see. My favorite name. So Mariana, welcome. Thank you. And makes sense, April. Okay, so Daniela. Let's have a look. Okay. All right, Daniela. So definitely strategy is coming up. The importance of gratitude, appreciation, of being in a state of appreciation. That's going to shift how you see the world. Focusing on the good things. There is definitely abundance coming, supporting you. There's abundance coming up. This is a journey. There's a sacred journey. There's a spiritual journey that's really important to you. You're also on a collective journey as well as a personal journey. So there's a lot of journeys that you're on, and that's going to move things forward. So there may even be, definitely I would say, there's movement, there's travel, there's it's like you need to get away. That's really important. You're attracting adventures, and that's going to bring you to see your life as a blessing, to take yourself to new places, inside and outside. It's going to shift things to be in this journey. But there is a spiritual path that's intertwined. So you are being called to a spiritual purpose. So definitely spiritual evolution is arising on your path, and this is going to light you up. You're going to have guides assisting you, so call upon the guides to give you wisdom and inspiration. That's it's an expanding time. It's bringing things forward. Use your high intentions to raise the vibration and to bring wonder and joy to all that you experience. So the cards I get are very positive. There's only positive cards, Daniela. So thank you. Daniela. Okay. That's funny because Mariana was going to be my son's name if he was a girl. Oh, wow. So the owner picked up a dog. Okay, I don't quite understand that, so try and write more clearly. May I have a reading, please? And thanks so much. So, what is your name? Yup. Hey, may I get some guidance, please, on a new path? And what a beautiful picture, Louise. Because my grandparents were Marion and Anna. Oh, that's awesome. How extraordinary. All right, so we're just gonna have a look. There's a few of you coming on. What's your name? Yop, is that your name? Louise, can I get some guidance? Because, okay, so Louise, let's have a look at what's going on for you. Let's have a look, Louise. All right, so we get a new path. The card is like new path. This is more of a spiritual path, more of a sacred path. So I'm getting alchemy, magic, and I'm getting actually there's a work contract. So there's like this is like a work situation as well, and there's a there's happiness, there's a rainbow around this. So bring balance into this energy, Louise, and it feels like it's almost like you working at a retreat, or you're running your own retreat, or you're setting up something that's you're manifesting something that's bringing a lot of goodness, a lot of alchemy into the world, transformation as well. And it's a positive move. It's shifting things forward. There's a rainbow around it. There's a happiness, and the angel of balance is here to just keep things in balance. So just focus on balance, that things are moving forward in a positive direction, Louise. So thank you, Louise. Daniela says thank you. Daniela. Daniela. So sorry, still got it wrong, but there's no wrong and right. It's all just fun and games. Daniela. Okay, so Nokimov Ilyich. So I'm doing well, Nokimov. How are you? Where are you in the world? You have an awesome name. Is that a Russian name, perhaps? Nokimov. And what do people call you? What do people call you? So that's interesting opportunity. Thank you so much. God bless. God bless you, Louise. The owner picked up a dog from my yard. He ran back. So, okay. Hope all's well. And where are you in the world, Nokimov? And I didn't hear from Opiop. So yeah, do let me know, and if you can have your picture, it really helps. Like Daniela's got her picture, and so I know it's a real person. Nokimov, call me Leich like that. Leich. So where are you, Leich? Where are you in the world? So let me know in the comments section if you're online, because I think a few people have gone. Angela, are you still there? Let me know if you're still there, Angela. Angela in Nevada. So I thought I saw you before, Angela. I thought I've seen you before. Maybe I saw you in a dream. So Angela's there. All right, so let's have a look, Angela. have a look. And I'm just seeing some of the comments. Light, so you're in Florida. I moved here when I was younger. So you moved to Florida, West Palm. All right, so that's cool. Angela. All right, manifest and unmanifest. So we have a bit of patience that's being advised for you, but I'm feeling like there's a romantic energy around you. So this is like there's like definitely romance. I'm seeing lots of romance. And it's very positive energy. So things are shifting forward in a very positive way. Sometimes you're pensive, you're thinking, you're analyzing. There's a lot of thinking going on, and I'm seeing lots of romance and lots of. It's almost like you've accomplished something. You've achieved something. This is opening up for you. So there's also a healing energy coming into your life that's bringing you into a newfound sense of self. And I'm going to pick from the other cards, Angela, the oracle cards. Let's have a look. Okay, let's have a look. The Seas of Mintaka. All right, so this is a beautiful ocean. This is saying you have a lot of potential. The Seas of Mintaka. So bringing consciousness to light. Let's just have a look at that. So there's definitely being near water is going to remind you where you come from, where your soul. It's going to bring you sort of a sense of balance, harmony, contentment. So being near the sea, visit the sea, and your consciousness is you're going to feel a shift. You're going to feel a lighter energy being by the ocean. So that's beautiful cards for you, Angela, and thank you for being back, because I'm sure I've seen you. But thank you for being here. Louise said, I've had a nomadic life to growing up in Africa and Greece and traveling worldwide on ships. Oh, how interesting. So we've got a lot in common, Louise, because I grew up in Africa, in South Africa. I had quite a few Greek friends, and well, I haven't really traveled worldwide in ships, but I've traveled a lot, and I live in Australia now. So we have quite a lot of alignment, Louise. So would love to hear more about that. That's amazing, working on ships. Leitch wants to talk about some insight. Leitch in Florida. And Opyop says, my name is Lee. So welcome to Lee. Angela says she's scared of the ocean. Well, that was a very strong ocean card. So it doesn't mean you have to go into the ocean. So that's not what it's saying. It's being near the ocean. And so that may be an important shift for you to look into why you have the fear of the ocean, what that's about, what's it here to teach you, and heal that. But you don't have to go into the ocean. It's the energy of the ocean. Hi there, love what you're doing. Can you share with me also? Share what with you? And what's your name? I just see T. Redinger. Angela, I have tsunami nightmares since my spiritual awakening. So this is really interesting, and we probably need to explore that a bit more, because the card is it's like an ocean card, and so maybe this is actually linked to, maybe that's linked to it, why that card showed up in your reading. It could actually be linked to very interesting. You just showed up on my feed, Melisha, so welcome. And you have a beautiful smile, Melisha. T. Redding says, laugh out loud. Angela, thank you for your words. Thank you, Angela, for being here. Tara, what a beautiful name, Tara. Love to hear about the next 6 months or so. So Louise has grown up in Shiva. So we've got all these people coming on, and I'm just looking at Light in Florida would like some insight. So we're going to have a look at you, Light. All right, so there's a lot of intellect here. I feel like you have a strong intellect, good mind. There's a bit of a battle energy over here. Coming into your heart is going to bring you balance, and it's going to bring you a romantic connection. I'm feeling like there's a heart healing that's going to open you up, soften you, and bring you into a romantic connection. Right? All right, Melisha says thank you. Tara wants to know about the 6 months. Generally, anything. Politically, if things will work out. Okay. So things are changing in the world, as you've probably noticed, and politically as well. Things are changing, and if you listen to this on the recording, I talk a little bit about breakdown to breakthrough, chaos, and things are scattered, but bringing balance each as individuals is really important. And coming back to our power, don't get sucked into politics or media. Get sucked into your own vortex, your own energy, your own power. So bring your power back to you. Don't focus on the external. And that's what they've been trying to control and take away from us forever, is our own power. So come back to your own power. I'd love to hear my next 6 months, Alicia. And thank you to Light. All right, so Tara, we just have a quick look. That requires a bit longer. We just have time for one card for you, Tara. And this card is saying, Tara, remember who you are. Remember you have this... you have the soul within you, and the soul is here to experience insight. This is really opening up your highest chakras. So saying, remember who you are, your connection to whatever it is, spiritual divinity, whatever your particular belief is. Remember, there's something beyond all of that, beyond your belief, and this is encouraging you to connect. And in some of the 6 months, we'll need a bit more time to answer those questions, but have a listen to the recording. Melisha. So, Melisha, you have a journey. There's a change happening here. I feel like a new location. This card's saying, really, this is a time of action. It's a time moving forward, moving things forward, taking actions. Also a time of connection, community. So you're around people who support you. They also need to take action. So balance those two. I do see a change. I see travel. I see the world. I see movement. So there's a lot happening for you in the next 6 months, Melisha. Thank you for coming on this show. Thank you for everyone for being here. See you next week, same time, same place. Please follow all the online recordings on YouTube, my YouTube channel. Thanks. And Alicia sounds like me. Yeah, Tara. Hello again, finally able to enter the live again. So welcome. Kim, I hope you have a wonderful day. You too. Thank you, Angela. So if you go to YouTube, basically, I'm just typing this down. Thank you. Greatly appreciate your message, Militia. So just YouTube that name, David Starlyte, like that, or even, and those recordings go on YouTube in my channel. Please follow me. You can connect to me. Donations are always appreciated. If you see the bar below, donation, there is a donations link in the blue bar. So I've just written their donations in the blue bar. Thank you to Stu. So if you are called, all donations are appreciated and support the channel. So please follow me on YouTube and on Facebook as well, and feel free to connect. Lots of love to everyone. Go in peace, go in love, follow your soul calling. Thank you, everyone. Have a beautiful day.